A 72-year-old man once shared a concern that many men feel but rarely voice. He said, "I've been doing things the same way for 50 years, but lately, something just feels wrong." He wasn't sick, and he hadn't started any new medications. What he didn't realize was that certain habits, practiced over decades, were now silently working against him. What if the changes you're noticing, less sensation, weaker performance, or just a feeling of disconnection, aren't just about getting older? What if they're linked to common mistakes that are silently harming your circulation, your prostate, and even your ability to feel pleasure? It's not the act itself that's the problem, it's how it's being done. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 of these silent mistakes that many men over 60 make, and more importantly, how to correct them to restore your vitality and health for the long run. For decades, this might have seemed harmless. But after 60, the brain's reward system, which is powered by a chemical called dopamine, isn't as resilient as it used to be. High-speed, high-intensity internet pornography floods the brain with far more stimulation than it was ever designed to handle. When this happens day after day, week after week, the brain adapts in the worst possible way. It becomes desensitized. It starts to require that extreme level of stimulation just to feel anything at all. This means that the natural spark of intimacy, the touch of a partner, your own imagination, the simple feeling of connection begins to fade. It's like listening to music with the volume turned up to maximum for years. Eventually, you can't appreciate the subtleties of a quiet melody. The solution is to retrain your brain. Begin to focus on your own physical sensations and imagination. If you're with a partner, focus on their touch and presence. The goal is to recalibrate your nervous system back to what is real and truly fulfilling, reawakening the sensitivity that's been dormant. For privacy and convenience, the bathroom often becomes the default location. But this habit, especially sitting on the toilet, can be incredibly damaging over time. Think about the posture. You're hunched over, compressing the entire pelvic region. This position restricts critical blood flow to the nerves and tissues that are essential for sexual function. It puts direct, sustained pressure on your prostate and tenses the pelvic floor muscles. With aging, protecting your circulation is paramount. Healthy blood flow is the foundation of firm erections, prostate well-being, and even your ability to recover after a climax. By consistently compressing this vital area, you're silently starving it of the oxygen and nutrients it needs to thrive. The solution is simple but crucial. Change the environment. Stand in the shower or lie down and recline in a comfortable position. Give your pelvic area the space it needs to breathe and for blood to circulate freely. Believe me, your prostate is silently begging you to stop squeezing the life out of it. In a busy life, it's easy to treat self-pleasure as just another task to be completed quickly. But when you rush, you're putting your nervous system into a state of stress, not pleasure. Your heart rate spikes, your breathing becomes shallow, and your body releases stress hormones. While you might still reach a climax, you're completely missing out on the profound hormonal and cardiovascular benefits of a relaxed orgasm. The restorative hormones that reduce stress and promote well-being are barely released. After 60, your body doesn't respond well to pressure, either literal or emotional. The goal isn't to race to a finish line, it's to enjoy the journey. The solution here is mindfulness. Slow down. Breathe deeply and consciously. Pay attention to the sensations in your body without judgment. Make each moment intentional. When you do this, you transform a mechanical act into a restorative experience that benefits your heart, your mind, and your entire nervous system. The majority of men have never even heard of their pelvic floor, yet it's one of the most vital muscle groups in the male body, especially after 60. Imagine a supportive hammock of muscles at the base of your pelvis. This is your pelvic floor. It supports your bladder and prostate, and it's the hidden engine that powers everything from the force of your erections to your urinary control. When these muscles are weak or neglected, everything starts to suffer. You might experience urine leakage, a weaker erection, or less sensation during climax. Through years of sitting and a lack of specific engagement, these muscles can become dormant. The good news is you can reawaken them. The solution is to consciously and gently engage them. During arousal, Softly contract the same muscles you would use to stop the flow of urine. This isn't about forceful clenching, it's about a gentle, mindful squeeze. Incorporating this develops awareness and strength, restoring a foundation of control and power that many men thought was lost to age. This is a topic many men over 60 hesitate to talk about. Some fear they're doing it too much, while others wonder in silence if they've waited too long between sessions. The truth is, both extremes can cause harm. When a man masturbates too frequently, often out of habit, boredom, or unresolved emotions, the body doesn't have time to recover. The nervous system becomes overtaxed, prostate tissue can become irritated, and energy levels drop. On the other extreme, when you go too long without any sexual excitement, you risk what's called use it or lose it atrophy. The body needs regular circulation. Sexual arousal, even without orgasm, helps maintain blood flow to the genitals, nourishes nerve endings, and keeps tissues healthy. The solution is not a magic number, but a point of balance. For most men over 60, once or twice a week, done with presence and care, is a healthy equilibrium. It allows you to maintain circulation and hormonal rhythm without causing exhaustion. Listen to your body. It will tell you what feels energizing versus what feels depleting. This is one of the most overlooked and damaging errors. As sensation naturally changes with age, the instinct is to compensate with more force, a tighter grip, more aggressive friction. The thinking is, if I press harder, I'll feel more. But the opposite is true. The nerves in the penis are incredibly delicate. Years of aggressive friction can cause real physical damage. This includes microtears in the tissue, a loss of elasticity, and even internal scarring that can lead to curvature and pain during arousal. This type of trauma is a silent thief. It doesn't happen overnight. It accumulates slowly, and by the time you notice the difference, the damage is well underway. The solution is to be kinder to your body. The truth your body is trying to tell you is this: force doesn't restore sensation, it destroys it. Use lubrication. Explore a lighter touch. Focus on different types of stimulation rather than just intensity. Your future self and your capacity for pleasure will thank you. Now, being gentle is crucial for preventing further damage. But what if there was a way to help reverse the real underlying scientific cause of these performance problems in the first place? Recently, a breakthrough discovery has revealed a bizarrely simple, 7-second home remedy that is helping thousands of men restore rock-solid hardness and youthful stamina 100% naturally. It addresses the root cause of why your erections may not feel as full or firm as they used to. This is something entirely different from pills or injections, and it's truly eye-opening. If you want to see this method for yourself, I've made it easy. Point your phone's camera at the QR code on the screen right now to watch a short, free video explaining how it works. If you're on your phone, don't worry, there is also a direct link pinned in the very first comment below. Take a moment to check it out now, and then come back for our final, and perhaps most important, point. Speaking of connection, let's move on to our final mistake, which goes beyond the physical and into the mind itself: masturbating without emotion. This is the most invisible error and often the most profound. Over time, many men start to see this act as purely mechanical, a routine, a release, devoid of any real meaning. It becomes a silent escape from loneliness or a habit done without thought, emotion, or intention. But when masturbation is disconnected from feeling, the nervous system is trained to expect pleasure without purpose. You might reach a climax, but the brain and body don't release the same restorative hormones. You don't get the mood-lifting oxytocin or the motivating dopamine that comes from a truly connected experience. Instead of feeling satisfied, you might feel empty. Instead of energized, you feel drained. Worse, this pattern reinforces the idea that pleasure is something to be taken alone, in silence, without joy. But it doesn't have to be this way. The solution is reconnection. Even a solo touch can be sacred, mindful, and affirming. It can be a moment to reconnect with your aging body, not with shame, but with gratitude. So, now that we've explored these 7 mistakes, let's bring it all together. From using too much pornography to being in the wrong position, rushing the process, ignoring key muscles, finding the wrong frequency, using too much force, or simply disconnecting emotionally, they all have one thing in common: a loss of connection. This is the real threat, not age and not desire. It's the slow erosion of the connection with your own body, your own pleasure, and your own vitality. But the good news is that it's never too late to change. Your body is still speaking to you. Think of it like a classic car. It may need a different kind of driving style as it ages, but that doesn't make it less valuable. In many ways, it makes it more sacred. So, what to do now? Start small. Be gentler. Be more conscious. Relearn the territory of your body. Your best years are not behind you. They are in how you choose to live this next chapter, with care, with wisdom, and with pride. If this was helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribing. And share it with another man who might need to hear this message. Thank you for watching.